Good afternoon. Welcome to Cedar Crest High School. Thank you all for joining us today. My name is Rick Dissinger. I'm the athletic director here at Cedar Crest High School. Today we have 16 senior athletes that are prepared to sign their letter of intent as they take the next step in their academic and athletic careers. Getting to this level takes an awful lot of time, energy, passion, commitment from not only the athletes, but their families, their friends, their coaches. Just like to take one moment to recognize the efforts of all of those people involved in your getting to this point, and how about we give them a nice round of applause. I'm very excited for you taking that next step. Cedar Crest teachers, coaches, athletic administration is very proud that you're here today to sign. Let me explain the format for today. Each of our athletes will have a time to call down their family, say a few words, tell you a little bit about themselves, their future plans. We'll have time for pictures following each athlete's speech. We're going to be using 2 cordless microphones today. We'll be sanitizing the microphones in between each use as we pass those microphones along. The athletes will remain seated following their speech. Parents are welcome to stay behind them or return to their seats. When we're done, we'll have time for a group picture with everybody. Today's event is being streamed by cchstoday.com. It'll be available following the event on their website, and it'll be available at future dates on YouTube at CCHS if you search cchstoday.com. So, without further ado, let us get started with our first athlete, Michaela Lance.
Would my parents come please join me? So my name is Michaela Lance. I will be attending Catawba College to play Division II women's lacrosse and major in biology. With me today are my parents, Rose and Dave Lance. I would like to thank my friends and family for supporting me throughout my years of playing. Thank you to my parents for taking the time and gas money to bring me to practices and games, along with supporting me in everything I do. I would also like to thank coaches Sinico, Tanner, and Hardy for coaching me the past 4 years and helping me to become a better athlete, teammate, and leader. Thanks to my travel coaches, Taylor and KT, for guiding and supporting me through my years of playing and the long recruiting process. I would also like to thank Claudia Ovchinnikov for seeing the potential in me and taking the time to help me become a better athlete in person, along with being someone I can talk to whenever I needed support. Lastly, I would like to thank Coach Karasi for seeing my potential and giving me the opportunity to play at the next level. I will now sign my letter of intent.
Does anybody want to take pictures? Photos? That's a yes. Come on down. Thank you, Michaela. Our next athlete, Connor Aitken.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Connor Aitken, and I will be attending Susquehanna University to play lacrosse and major in the business field. With me today is my mother, Catherine Aitken. Would she please come up and join me in celebrating my commitment to Susquehanna University? I would like to take this time to thank my parents, coaches, friends, and teammates for everything they have done for me throughout my life. I would like to thank my parents for always having my back and being the best support system I could ever ask for. Thank you for always coming to my games and supporting my goal of playing college lacrosse. I will never forget the countless hours, long car rides, hotel stays, and memories we have shared together throughout my time playing high school and travel lacrosse. I would also like to thank Coach Falk, Coach Worry, Coach Perozic, Coach Dowdy, Coach Cordo, Coach Lombardo, and the rest of my coaches for making me a better player and a better person. I would especially like to thank Coach Worry for being one of my first coaches ever. It has been a pleasure to develop into the player I am today under years of your coaching. I would next like to thank our athletic training program here at Cedar Crest. After tearing my ACL, MCL, and meniscus my sophomore year, I wasn't sure if I would have the opportunity to play college lacrosse. Thanks to Mr. Seldenbridge, Dr. Gallo, and Mr. Warziniak, I recovered well and get to pursue my dream of playing collegiate athletics. I would also like to thank the Cedar Crest administration for their support of Cedar Crest athletics and our athletes. Especially during the COVID-19 pandemic, they have been very proactive in pushing for the return of sports. I would also like to thank my friends and teammates for always having my back. It has been a privilege to play for Cedar Crest Lacrosse because of the family bond we have created over the past 4 years. I'm also blessed to be here today with two of my best friends. Thank you to Ian Bowser and Thomas Curtin for the family-like bond we share. And with that, I will now sign my letter of intent.
Our next athlete, Madison Sherrod.
Will my parents please come join me? My name is Madison Sherrod. I will be attending Stevenson University to play softball and major in nursing. With me today is my parents, Nicole and Jeremy Sherrod. I want to thank all my teammates for being supportive and being some of my best friends. I also want to thank all of my coaches that got me to where I am today. Coach Leonardo, thank you for being there for me and supporting me the last 3 years on and off the field. Finally, I want to thank my family. Mom, I want to thank you for always being my #1 fan and for cheering me up after bad games. And Dad, thank you for making me the player I am today. Without you, none of this would be possible. You taught me how to pitch when I was just 6 years old, and you have taken me to countless practices and spent many hours helping me achieve my dream of playing college softball. I wouldn't have been able to do this without you. With that, I will sign my letter of intent.
Ian Bowser.
My name is Ian Bowser, and I'll be attending Allegheny College to play lacrosse and major in political science. With me today is my dad, Brian Bowser, and my mom, Erin Bowser. Would they please come up and join me in celebrating my commitment to Allegheny? I would like to thank my parents for everything they've ever done for me during my years of playing lacrosse. They've always been there when I needed them and always gave me the support during my games no matter how well I did. They made me the man I am today, and I do not know what I would do without them. They are my rocks, and I'll never forget what they have taught me during my life. I would also like to thank my coaches for my travel teams in previous years and recently Coach Dowdy and Coach P. They really pushed my limits the past 2 years to make me a better player on and off the field. My final thanks I would like to give to Thomas Curtin and Coach Worry. Without Thomas, I would not be playing this sport today. He pushed me in 7th grade, saying how much I would enjoy it and how fun the sport is. Unfortunately, I did not join until 8th grade, and I regret every second of not doing it sooner. Finally, Coach Worry has always been there for me no matter the circumstances. He is my coach of lacrosse and a teacher of life. I have learned so many valuable things over the years from his words of wisdom. He always said, to be early is to be on time is to be late, and to be late is to not play. It is an honor to sign beside two of my best friends on and off the field. Thank you, Thomas and Connor, for not making this sport a team, but a family. And now I will sign my letter of intent.
Bella Sinico.
Will my parents please join me at this time? Hello, I'm Isabella Sinico, and I will be attending Alvernia University to play lacrosse and continue my education as a political science major pre-law. With me today is my dad, Tony, my stepmom, Kelly, my mom, Melissa, and my stepdad, Dustin. I am so grateful for everything they do and their endless support. My dad is not just a supportive fan, but he has been my lacrosse coach for the last 4 years, and without him, I would most likely not be here today. He has not only made a huge impact in my life, but in all of my teammates' lives as well. Thank you for being not only one of my biggest fans and best. Oh, I messed up. Thank you for not only being my biggest fan, but the best coach and always pushing me to do my best. My family has been my biggest support system for as long as I can remember, and I can't wait to see you all in the stands cheering me on. I would like to thank my teachers and Dr. Mal and Dr. May as well. Also, I would like to thank my teammates at school lacrosse and at my travel team, Lanco Elite. You have all become my family, and I cannot wait to see what you all do in the future. A huge thank you to every single one of my coaches, Tony Sinico, Mike Tanner, John Hardy, Alex Wise, and Mia Hall. Without you guys, I would not be the player I am today. Your hard work and dedication towards your players does not go unnoticed, and I am forever grateful for you all. I'm beyond excited to see what the next 4 years bring. I will now sign my letter of intent.
Thomas Curtin.
Hello, I'm Thomas Curtin, and I will be attending Chatham University to play lacrosse and major in chemistry. Today with me is my mom, Deborah Curtin. Would you please come down and join me? First, I would like to thank my parents, especially my mom, for finding the time to take me to lacrosse practices all the way in Palmyra when I started in 3rd grade. I would also like to thank her for coming out to all my games and supporting me and my habit of playing lacrosse and it becoming my lifestyle. I'd also like to thank all my coaches who have been there and pushed me further and further along my lacrosse career, especially Coach Worry, who was one of my first coaches when I came to play at Cedar Crest. I would also like to thank my teammates for coming out and helping me push myself every day and further myself as a person and a lacrosse player. Finally, I would like to thank my two best friends, Ian and Connor, for all those times we're down in Connor's basement, pushing each other in the weight room, trying to get better and better for lacrosse. I will now sign my letter of intent.
Delaney Chappell.
Would my parents please come join me? Hello, I'm Delaney Chappell, and I'll be attending Huntingdon College on a full academic scholarship to play lacrosse and major in sports management. With me today are my parents, Stevie and Alicia Chappell. First, I would like to thank my parents. Mom, thank you for always being there for me when I needed you the most. You've been my cheerleader through it all. You've sacrificed a lot for me, going days without sleeping, constantly driving me to my tournaments and practices, and sitting out in all types of weather just to watch me play. You were also the person who pushed me to do this sport when I continuously told you I did not want to play. To Dad, you've shaped me into the player I am today. You always taught me that sportsmanship comes first, as well as how to be a leader. You told me the truth whether I wanted to hear it or not after every game, and you always had my back when a call didn't go my way, and always made sure I could hear you yelling at me whether it was good or bad. Most importantly, I would like to thank my teammates, both school and travel, for being my second family and my biggest support system. It's been the best 4 years being able to play with y'all. I would also like to thank all my coaches, both Lenko and school. Coach Tanner, thank you for always trusting my decisions on the field and sideline coaching me during all my travel games. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be the draw taker I am right now. And thank you for being my lax dad. To Coach Seneca, I wouldn't be the player or person that I am today without you. You believed in me when I didn't even believe in myself and helped me rebuild my confidence in playing when I completely lost it. From day one, you were always there for me, pushing me to my fullest potential, whether it was on the field or off. You've not only been my coach, but my other lax dad as well. I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for everyone. Holcomb. I will now sign my letter of intent.
Starting off our baseball contingent, Dylan Beard.
My name is Dylan Beard, and I will be attending Messiah University to play baseball and major in accounting. With me today are my parents, Steve and Jolene Beard. Would you please come join me? First of all, I want to thank God for blessing me with the opportunity to continue playing the game I love. I also want to thank my parents for all the sacrifices they made over the years to help me to get to where I am today, my teammates for constantly pushing me to get better, and all of my coaches. A special thank you out to Coach Matt Sanders, who helped me through my recruitment process and development in the offseason, Coach Tommy Long for showing me what it takes to compete at the next level, Coach Lytle from Messiah, and everyone else who have been there have been so welcoming, and finally Coach Knox, who has helped me become the hitter I am now through countless hitting lessons at Elite. I really appreciate all of you and more than you know. I will now sign my letter of intent.
Luke Hostetter.
My name is Luke Hostetter, and I will be attending California University of Pennsylvania to play baseball and major in business administration. With me today are my parents, Bruce and Sue. Will they come join me, please? First off, I would like to thank my parents for supporting me all these years and making countless sacrifices for me. Next, I would like to thank my brother Zach for being the biggest mentor in my baseball career so far and spending countless hours fixing my swing. Next, Coach Knox, Coach Wirtz, and the rest of the coaching staff at Elite Baseball for the last 7 years for shaping me into the player I am today. Coach Conte at Cal for seeing my potential and offering me a spot on their team. And finally, I thank God for giving me the ability to play baseball and for allowing me to continue my baseball career. I will now sign my letter of intent.
Next up, Dalton Reinhardt.
Good afternoon. I'm Dalton Reinhardt, and I'll be attending Mercer County Community College to play baseball and major in finance. With me today is my mom, Angie, and my dad, Rick. Would you please come up and join me in celebrating my commitment to Mercer County Community Baseball College? First and foremost, I would like to thank God for giving me the opportunity to play collegiate baseball. Next, I would like to thank my family and coaches for believing in me and always pushing me to be the best I could be. Last, I would like to thank my teammates for always being by my side and creating great memories throughout the years. At this time, I will sign the letter of intent to play baseball at Mercer County Community College.
Conrad Wasson.
Hello, I'm Conrad Wasson. I will be attending Wilson College to play baseball and major in health and physical education. With me today are my parents, Kurt and Nancy Wasson. Would they please come up and join me in celebrating my commitment to Wilson? I would like to thank my mom and dad for pushing me to be the best I can be and driving me to practices and tournaments. I would also like to thank my coaches for providing me with the tools to succeed on and off the field. Lastly, I would like to thank God for giving me the ability to play baseball. I will now sign my letter of intent.
Gwen Young.
Will my parents please join me up here? My name is Gwyneth Young, and I am excited to announce my commitment to run track and field and cross country at the University of Pennsylvania. I'll be majoring in economics and real estate. I would like to start by thanking my family. None of you have ever let me settle and always motivated me to keep my head up and keep reaching towards my goals. I'm so grateful for your support, and I'm also pretty grateful for the amount of money you've spent on my sneakers. I would like to next thank my teammates, guys and girls. You are all so special to me. I've been able to make some of my closest friends on this team, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. Special shout out to Horst for being the best training partner a girl could ask for the past 3 years, and I can't wait to continue to watch you grow. Thank you to my coaches. Coach Bear, you have been the most positive person I've ever met, even though you've been to hell and back. You've taught me to brave through adversity and always live with purpose. Coach Wendy, you've been my running idol since day one. You've been my main motivator, my inspiration, and you are kind of like my personal inspirational quote app. I hope you won't get annoyed when I still reach out to you next year because I can't go without your advice. I'd like to next thank Coach Goslin and Coach Dolan. Thank you for making my dreams come true and letting me see my potential at a Division I college. I can't wait to cheer on the Seahawks together. Coach Risser, you're cool enough to get your own paragraph. I may be biased, but I think I have the best coach in the PIAA. You are the reason I am able to speak here today. You've taught me dedication, perseverance, and positive attitude. Thank you for traveling to places like New York and Penn State to help me race. When you said my freshman year to enjoy the time I have, I thought you were exaggerating. I will deeply miss being trained under you, but I hope I can keep my final surge account to occasionally annoy you with some of my runs. I would finally like to thank some of my non-running friends who have been there for me through it all. DJ, thank you for growing up with me and helping me get through everything, whether it was a good race or a bad race. Emily, thank you for cheering me up with Dairy Queen and reminding me it is only a race and I have many more to go. Haley and Natalie, thank you for reminding me that I am more than a runner and to enjoy life. Gage, thank you for being someone who I've looked up to for 3 years now. You are such a fighter, and I'm so blessed to have you as my personal therapist. And finally, out of everyone, I'd like to thank Shayla for not only being one of my closest friends, but being my hero throughout my whole high school career. I aspire to be as hardworking you are, and I miss you so much, and I miss our stupid talks on runs. I apologize for thanking so many people, and I hope I was fast enough to keep everyone awake. I will now sign my letter of intent.
Wonderful. Great job. Moving on to our fall sport athletes, Mark Gates.
Hi, I am Mark Gates, and I will be attending Delaware Valley University to play golf and major in turf management. With me today are my mom, Margaret, and my dad, John. Would they please come up and join me in celebrating my commitment to Delaware Valley University? I would like to thank my parents for supporting me all these years and taking me to tournaments, my brothers for pushing me to be the best I could be, and Coach Dissinger and all my teammates. I will now sign my letter of intent.
Haley Shillabeer.
Would my parents please join me up here? I'm happy and excited to commit to King's College to play soccer. I plan to major in exercise science and go on to a master's in athletic training. I would like to thank my parents for all the time and energy they've put into my soccer and all the support they've given me. I also want to thank my sister because without a bet, I wouldn't be here. I want to thank my coaches and teammates as well, as I wouldn't be the player or person I am today. They've given me massive amounts of support, and I couldn't be more thankful for that. Now I will sign my letter of intent.
Time for the winter sports, Emily Hocker.
My name is Emily Hawker, and I will be attending Wilkes University to play basketball and major in pharmacy. With me today are my parents, Trish and Justin Hawker. Would they please join me up here? I would like to thank my family and friends for always supporting me, cheering me on, and attending countless games. I would also like to thank all of my coaches and trainers who never gave up on me. And thank you, Dad, for not only being my coach and creating so many memories when I was younger, but for pushing me to be the best I could possibly be. I will now sign my letter of intent.
Madison Ortiz.
Hello, my name is Madison Ortiz, and I will be attending Ursinus College to swim at the collegiate level. I plan to double major and follow their pre-med program. I would like to invite my parents, Wendy and Christopher Ortiz, down to celebrate this moment with me. I would first like to thank my parents for driving me to endless swim meets and sitting through long hours of swim meets and driving me everywhere. And I want to thank them for pushing me to be the best that I could ever be at this sport. I next want to thank my coaches, Coach Fulkerson, Coach Dawn, and Coach Snyder for pushing me every day in practice, even when it got rough. I would also like to thank my club coaches for pushing me as well, even if I wasn't their high school student. I am now going to sign my letter of intent.
Okay, how about one final congratulations to our senior athletes. Thank you to all our friends, families, coaches that came out to join us this afternoon. You'd like to stick around for any pictures? We'd like to have one big group picture of all the athletes together before they leave. You're welcome to stick around and take as many pictures as you'd like. Thank you very much. Center. Let's get a nice